What's going on, everybody? John Anthony. This is Chair Shot Sports. As always, sponsored by Zoa Energy, a Sportcoin affiliate. Thank you so much for joining us. It is a little after midnight here on the East Coast. We are simply 14 hours away from Clash in Paris, man. What a PLE we're looking forward to, man. A lot of things going on, a lot of great matches. Obviously, a lot of implications heading into WrestlePalooza, heading into Survivor Series. Herman Raj, what's going on, baby? Low tide. Chomp, chomp. What's up, baby? It's only week one, though. Listen, it's only week one. A lot of things can happen. There's 11 weeks left. We're not getting into that right now. It's a lot of us for us to get into those conversations. Tough loss by Bama, man. And damn, I was very surprised. Very, very surprised, man. I appreciate you, man. You are awesome as well. And I appreciate all that, man. And I gotta hop on. I gotta get out with you guys. I looked, but Bama and Florida don't play this year. So I'm a little upset about that. But we'll see the playoffs. I'm not worried about it. But thank you so much for joining in, man. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you coming in here, showing some love as always, man. Nothing but love. Appreciate you. But listen, for those that celebrate, obviously, happy college football Saturday, everybody. For those that don't know, here at Chair Shot Sports, as far as myself, John Anthony, huge Gators fans. Big Mike, and as you can see, Herman Raj, big Bama fans. But for all it's worth, it's 1 week. We have 11 weeks left. We now playoffs. A lot of things can happen. So very, very excited to get into all that. But with that being said, like I said, Clash of Paris, less than 14 hours away here on the East Coast. A lot of great matches and a lot of great storytelling coming to us in just a little bit. The SmackDown Shakedown did not happen this past Friday night. Yours truly was going through a lot of stuff as far as events, past weekends, 6-day work weeks, set up a show. My ass fell asleep. So when we're done with this, we're going to record a quick SmackDown Shakedown. It was a quick show. A lot of cool things happened. Great promos. Logan, Cena. Obviously, a great United States Championship match between Solo and Sammy. We'll talk about all that. But let's get into Clash in Paris. I'm going to start at the bottom, in my opinion, to get all the way up there. We got some gold. All the way, obviously, heading up to the Fatal 4-Way Fatal 4-Way World Heavyweight Championship match for the Raw World Heavyweight Championship. Let's start Sheamus and Rusev. This rivalry is almost it's a low-key best of 7 kind of match. It has not gone that way, obviously. Gives you a lot of mellow vibes with Andrade, things like that. Obviously, Sheamus and Cesaro. I don't know if we're at the point now when whatever happens tonight at Clash of Paris, or this afternoon, I should say, when Sheamus and Rusev fight, do they get together for a tag team? Do they form some kind of weird League of Nations Offspring kind of like tag team? I don't know. Sheamus has a lot of promise getting back into the IC Championship title match. Rusev, as I feel, has not really gotten out of the gates since coming back from AEW into WWE. So maybe him getting with Sheamus, getting over as a face, which I really didn't want to see, but maybe the heel thing does not work right now. They're looking at it going, not a lot of people are happy about that. Maybe we get Rusev and Sheamus as a face tag team or heel once they get together. I don't know. But I can tell you this. We have ourselves an old school Donnybrook match going down at Clash of Paris. Everything and anything will be used, especially with these two guys. Shillelaghs, tables, ladders, chairs. I guarantee you someone's going to pull the kitchen sink out from underneath that ring. Paris is in for a hell of a match. Obviously, you would think the winner here would be Sheamus, kind of going over. What is this? Is this the Divas podcast jumping in? What is going on? Woo! What's going on, Lady Alpha? Thank you so much for jumping in. Appreciate you. Thank you for jumping in as far as our predictions for Clash in Paris. I saw you put yours up on X the other day. I'm sorry, other day. Because it's obviously a new day. So last night you put them up. But yeah, so unfortunately, where WWE likes everyone thinks they're gonna zig, they're gonna zag. And I think Rusev gets the win here. Just seeing how Sheamus has always gotten that one up, winning a lot of matches. But it's almost a respect kind of thing. Rusev gets the win, whether it happens this afternoon in Paris, whether it turns out on Raw, and they come out, they talk to each other, they kind of clasp the hands. It's the Rocky Apollo kind of like handshake with each other. They form the tag team. I think this is exactly the way it needs to go right now, with Rusev not getting over the way they thought he would in WWE. Rusev is your winner here, walking away in the Dynamite match. And +2, when they make that kind of match, it's obviously right up Sheamus's alley. You would like to think that the cards are stacked in Rusev's like, or actually Sheamus's favor against Rusev. Rusev gets the win. Lady Alpha agrees with me on this one. And as much as I don't want to see it, and I'm not saying anything against Rusev, I know the crowd's been quiet. The crowd's been going really mid, not digging the whole thing. I know his everything from the entrance to the presentation, the whole thing in the ring. But maybe he needs to have himself a nice little run with Sheamus, bringing back the nostalgia from the League of Nations. Maybe they get some tag gold, maybe they don't. But as long as we don't see a Rusev Day reset here, I'm fine with it. Don't go that way. Please, please, Paul, do not go that way with a reset of Rusev Day. Anything else you want to do? Anything else, just please not that. Let's get into our first championship match of the evening as far as in our predictions. Not so much a show. Nikki Bella, Becky Lynch, the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I talked to Lady Alpha about this on the Raw Rundown on Monday night. Um, this one was tough for me. This was a tough one. I can see Nikki Bella getting this belt because she's obviously signed a multi-year deal. She's here to build up the younger generation, which is what she's told Becky she's not doing. Obviously, if we're going all roads lead back to Lyra Valkyria, she cannot challenge for the belt while Becky has it. So why not take it up or put it on Nikki? Goes back to Lyra. Not necessarily the first match, but maybe at WrestlePalooza. Maybe we kick it out to Survivor Series. I am not a Bella fan. It is not a surprise. It is not a shock. If you watch the shows, you know what I'm about with her. Her and Brie. But I will tell you this: with the promos that have been cut these past couple weeks, with what she's done in the ring, the Rack Attack 2.0, way she's moving in the ring, I'm here for it. I'm excited. I like it. But I will say this: unfortunately, I do not think it happens in Paris. This is not the time. Nothing against Paris in the least. I know this is obviously the final PLE that Peacock is to offer us. Um, I think we hold it out for WrestlePalooza. I think there's a stip, and I think in the stip, I think Brie makes her return and helps her sister win this, and that's her return back to WWE. Now they're a tag team. Obviously, one of them has gold. Maybe they go up for the tag belts. Yada 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 yada. But we'll talk about that more, obviously, in the post show of Clash in Paris before we get to WrestlePalooza. So I had Nikki a sliver here, winning that belt. Unfortunately, thinking about it, Becky getting that win, still retaining, still kind of showing up what she does in that ring, backing up all the trash that she talks. Becky retains and walks out of Paris, back on the Raw on Monday night, still your women's Intercontinental Champion. Getting back into the men's, this match is huge, has huge implications as we move on into the future, meaning the next 4 months, I should say, of 2025. Roman Reigns, Bronson Reed, a one-on-one match. Obviously, with the Vision being involved, it's not a one-on-one. With that being said, Roman is not necessarily alone. Do we see Jay? Jay could be a factor here. Coming out beforehand of the World Heavyweight Championship match, which is the main event. Do we see Jimmy? Do we see Jacob? Could somebody else interfere on behalf of Roman to get him there to make sure he gets that win? And using the wrestling logic, Roman has got his ass kicked. Tsunami. The man has his J's stolen from him. Damn, dude. J's. The J's, bro. Just start wearing slides out to the ring. Roman, wear the slides, bro. Don't stop wearing the $40 J's, bro. Wear the slides, bro. If he starts wearing those, I guarantee they're gonna sell out like that on WWE Shop. Lady Alpha agrees with me here as far as Becky. She does retain. Thank you so much. We share a brain on that. We talked about that on Monday night as well with the Raw Rundown. And with that being said, also make sure you tune in next week on Monday. And we're back in the States, and we all in Chicago. No, nonetheless, in Chicago. You'll catch me and Lady Alpha after the show on Netflix, talking everything from the fallout and Clash in Paris, and obviously everything that happened on Raw heading into WrestlePalooza. But back to the Roman Bronson match, man. Obviously, I can see the Vision getting involved here. A lot of stuff going on. I do think someone comes out and helps Roman, or Roman's able to turn back everybody else, get the win. Obviously, you need to look down the road. I've talked about this a couple times. Survivor Series is right down the road, involving War Games. It is I was mistaken. I'd like to apologize for that. I talked about, I think it was with Lady. It might have been with Mike on NXT on the Rewind. I thought it was a 2-night event. It is only a 1-night event. But nothing saying you still cannot have 2 War Games matches on that PLE. So, with that being said, I feel like Raw is going to have a War Games match. SmackDown's going to have a War Games match. Unfortunately, I don't think we see a women's War Games this year, but that's fine. I feel like there's not enough big groups right now going out with Naomi leaving. But I think the men's on the blue brand and the red brand get their own chances in the War Games cage. And that's going to be cool. With that being said, Roman will have a part of that, obviously taking down Bronson. Seth will come out on Monday night, irate, livid. That's when you see Seth start talking that major shit, that major over the top, pissed off. I can't believe you couldn't get the job done against Roman moment where you see Bronson, you see Braun look at each other and kind of give him that look like, yo, screw this guy. This guy's really talking shit to me. Are you kidding me? That's, I think, where we start seeing that first little crack in the Vision. Again, it's probably going to play out to Mania, maybe a little after that. I think this is where you see that first little pop where Seth goes too far and Bronson kind of goes, yo, why don't you shut up, bro? Don't talk to me like that. And then Paul or Braun Breaker will rein it back in and bring them back together as a group. So excited to see that. Me and Lady share another brain. Here again, agreeing 2 in a row. Let's see if we keep going. There's 4 more matches. 3 more matches, I should say. I apologize. Wyatt 6, Street Profits. This, for me, was a no-brainer. Saw how it's set up on SmackDown. Obviously, Mello Don't Miz went their way through, took the L, obviously, with the Wyatt 6 interfering. So it was not quote-unquote clean. It wasn't like they lost straight up. But first of all, let me say this. I'm going to talk about this on the SmackDown Shakedown. I am in love with the fact that they finally have brought Bo out here doing the job in his own clothes, no mask, no getup. I've been talking about this. I've been saying this. This is what you've been needing to do with Bo. Everyone loves the characters. Everyone loves the Wyatt 6. This is a nostalgia factor. It's what Bray wanted going down the road, involving Bo, all this other stuff in the Uncle Howdy gimmick. Having Bo come out just as Bray did, as the Bray in the sweater vest, in the pant, in the jeans, and the pants, kind of talking to people, getting his ass kicked, and then having to come back, talk about it in the Firefly Funhouse, and then come out as the Fiend, because that's where he needed to tap into that to get the job done. Bo, if you haven't watched it on SmackDown, I feel like we're bleeding into the SmackDown Shakedown. Comes out, he talks to the Street Profits. I'm like, yeah, well, listen, do you share some blood between the two of you? Because everyone in the Wyatt 6 share that blood, and we'll see if you guys are truly brothers when we're done. That right there, and the fact that we're bringing Bo out now as a character, aside from Uncle Howdy, tells me we have at least 1 more month of the Wyatt 6 retaining as champions on SmackDown. Bo now playing the dual roles, coming out, kind of talking that smack to the tag teams, being that intimidation factor, getting in their heads, letting people know, making them have the double take of, wait a minute, I thought that was all gone. That's Bo. What are we doing? Like now he's blurring the lines, making the teams second guess themselves as a cohesive unit when they go up against the Wyatt Six. With that being said, I like what they're doing on SmackDown. I like Bo Dallas coming out here as Bo Dallas, who uncannily and scarily sounds so much like Bray Wyatt. It's so wild how much he sounds and looks like him. Crazy. If you close your eyes, it's like you hear Bray talking on TV. So crazy. So with that being said, I have to share a brain here again with Lady Alpha. The Wyatt Six retain. We have it at least another month. Again, WrestlePalooza, big deal. First PLE on ESPN. They're dropping it. They're going nuts. AEW is over here countering, talking about, oh, we were working on the technology. Technology? And I'm not going to sit here and bash AEW, but like, I don't know who put this tweet out, whether it was Tony Khan, AEW. You're telling me that Max is working on the technology of putting PLEs on streaming? Guys, come on. That that might work with AEW fans, and that's not an insult. But God, it's not hard to stream on a platform that's already an app. I get it, and I like that. I like, again, Tony Khan likes to throw back things old school, and maybe it's one of those kind of callbacks, like, oh, we were working on, we finally got it done. That's funny. You finally got it figured out the same day that WWE is about to throw their ass onto an ESPN. Now you're about to go viral on Max and throw your shit out there too. Like I said before, not clowning on either one of them. I think it's great. I, for one, will sit here and tell you this. Clip this, bookmark it. I'm telling you. I said it for months. I said it back on the lowdown when Jesse was still doing her show at AEW. I appreciate the shit out of Tony Khan now backing down, moving his things to 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, going head to effing head with WWE and WrestlePalooza. I'm here for it. I love it. I need more of it, and I appreciate that AEW is finally taking a stand and seeing where they fall. Do they get smoked out by WrestlePalooza? Maybe. Maybe they do. John Cena, Brock, we're going to talk about that a little bit when we get to some more of the matches at Clash in Paris. Do we have a lot of other stacked up matches? Is it going to be Nikki and Becky, other people, Brie makes an appearance? Maybe that's the case. But God bless AEW to finally decide to stand up, have the balls drop, look at WWE and say, you know what? We're sick of you bullying us. We're sick of the counter programming. Let's see where it happens. And maybe it's close than a lot of other people think it will be. And that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. The only shitty thing is, and I feel for a lot of other people, I have no problem. When I watch PLEs and pay-per-views, I have my laptop open. I have the big screen on. I'm watching both. I got a cold beverage. And I'm reporting. I'm tweeting on both. I'm writing results down on both. And I'm doing shows after the fact. But I know it sucks for the casual fan that wants to watch AEW or WWE, whether you watch either or you watch both. I know it sucks. And I apologize. And I feel for you. Not everyone can do what I do and watch the both and have like the means of. Apparently, AEW pay-per-views are still going to cost $50. You have to buy things on ESPN app if you don't have the DTC app. So it's a lot of things going on, a lot of money being thrown out there. But the one thing I will say is I am here for it. I appreciate AEW, and I got to give them their kudos and shout out to Tony Khan, not backing down, not seeing this 1 p.m. kind of start thing from Toronto, some weird shit going on. Nope. WrestlePalooza's in Indiana. Same shit. We're going live in Toronto. We're going to run it. Let's see who wins. That's the way we need to go. That's the way you need to do it to see where you're at. If you're Tony Khan, you look at those ratings. Did you fall 200,000 short? Great. It's only 200,000. That's not that in the scheme of things, not a bad deal. Book a little better. Find some more matches. Go look up more storylines. You will be there. All right, I get off my soapbox. But that being said, Wyatt Six, they retain here. I think they take it down to WrestlePalooza. We'll see what happens in a couple weeks in Indianapolis after that. After this match tonight in Paris. 2 more matches before we get obviously the Fatal 4-Way World Heavyweight Championship match for the Raw title. You got to start with a huge match. John Cena, the past versus the future. John Cena, Logan Paul. Say what you want about Logan Paul, but I can tell you, man, This match, I was excited for it. Probably had a winner in my head because of what I'm going to talk about in a minute. But I will tell you this: like it or hate it, Logan Paul is the best thing going today. Hate him. Go ahead, hate him. That's fine. He's amazing in the ring. He's great in the mic. The promo he cut this past Friday in Paris. Wow. I'm sorry, in France, not Paris. Wow. In Lyon. Holy shit. Talking French. First thing, I'm not gonna talk French because I'm American. Then talking French. Wild stuff. Good stuff to see. It made me. I ask this question all the time when I talk to Lady Alpha on Raw Rundown. I talk to Mike on the SmackDown Shakedown. I ask Mike on the NXT Rewind. We go into pay-per-views and PLEs. How do you feel about this match after this said promo? If you're not excited, want to run through a damn wall after seeing what John and Logan just said to each other, you got to check your pulse. There's something wrong with you. And you're literally just a hater and you're just not excited to see John Cena wrestle again, or you're just that mad about Logan Paul being in this match. Logan Paul is going to bring 125% of what he does. The fact that John keeps poking and prodding, calling the parasite, calling him a fake, and Logan coming back with calling John the fake, going, now all of a sudden you want to ruin wrestling. Now you're the face again. You and me tagged. What are we doing? You're the one that's going in circles. And the fact that he's telling Logan, listen, you're on the down. You didn't pop up in the top 25 of podcasters and social media and influencers. You don't need us. We don't need you. You need us. If you don't figure this out, you're going to lose this. You're going to bust your ass again. And you're going to be out with nothing. Cena spitting the same facts he spit to Austin Theory. And when you look back on it, he said, I told Austin I was going to say this shit because he's fake. You can see through it. John is back in this mode. And I saw a lot of the people, I won't name names, poo-pooing the 6-month run. Yeah, I guess 6-month run of heel Cena. We needed that version of heel Cena to make sense, to get to Cody, beat Randy, beat all these guys who were faces, beat Punk, beat Randy. You needed it. This is why I get mad when people say, oh, why do we do this? Oh my God, I can't believe Cena needed to be a heel. He needed to be a heel to take all the faces on. Come on. Like you can't be that short-sighted when you do this for a living. You get in front of this mic 4 or 5 times a week and you're telling me you don't understand why John needed to be a heel? How else is he gonna beat all the faces? Come on, man. It makes a lot of sense. Say what you want about The Rock. Say what you want about Paul Levesque. They had it right when they nailed it down when John had to be the heel, kick Cody in the balls, and it came full circle at SummerSlam Night 2. Cody getting the ball back, QB1, back in the game, and having that championship. Shout out again to Cody welcoming a beautiful baby girl, number 2 into the world, him and Brandy. Shout out to those folks and the whole Rhodes family. 10 fingers, 10 toes, nice and healthy from everything I've seen on social media. So that's awesome to see. Obviously, Cody out for obviously this reason. A lot of people talking shit. Hope you feel good about yourself. A man's welcoming a baby girl into the world. And obviously, filming Street Fighter as well. Yes. Obviously, a couple other things to take care of with his family. So good to see. When are we going to start putting out other boys? Roman had to have looked at Jimmy and said, man, I really hope for nothing you're having a boy, man. Roman's out here pumping out daughters. The Rock's got daughters. And now Cody's got daughters. Triple H has daughters. Man, I'm telling you, the Divas division in 15 years is going to be disgusting. It's going to be Levesque and Johnsons and Rhodes and Reigns and all of them just beating the hell out of each other. It's going to be nuts. When we get back to the John Cena, Logan Paul fight, it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. John's going to have Logan exactly where he wants him. And it might be after the fact. I think it's during the match. It might be after the match. Brock Lesnar makes his appearance. He makes his presence felt, has an appearance. Now, whether it's the music hits, throws John off his game, opens that door for Logan to get the 1, 2, 3. That could be it. Maybe Brock sneaks out of the back. And there's no reason this man is 6'3", 275 sneaking anywhere, right? Maybe if the ref gets knocked out by Logan, I'm telling you right now, Brock Lesnar is in play. We have seen that Dwayne The Rock Johnson, the final boss, is also in Paris this weekend. Whether it's clickbait, whatever it is, you need to take that into account. Maybe finally The Rock comes back to give his comeback and his receipt to John for kind of going back face and not carrying through what The Rock needed, and a brother and a man who would hold that belt for what The Rock couldn't do. So those two factors, either one of them, they play a part. Whether it's a music, it's an appearance, jump the rail. The ref is going to get knocked out here in the golden hour. That last 6 minutes. One of those folks comes out. They affect John, whether it's music, appearance, whatever it is. Logan gets the 1, 2, 3 here. Either power of the punch. Either the pulverizer, whatever it is. Logan Paul, and that's the greatest thing of what John Cena does. He's here to put over future talent, have them get the win. Whether you like it or not, I've said it before, Logan Paul is going to be a world champion. Whether it's on Raw, whether it's on SmackDown, the man is going to be a champion. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And I'm here for it because the guy can perform, like I said, on the mic, in the ring. He's shown what he can do. He's cut his teeth in amazing matches. But focusing on tonight, in just a few short hours in Paris, Clash, Logan Paul gets the win here, regardless of how it happens. Logan Paul gets the 1, 2, 3 here, gets to pop his ass out on Raw or SmackDown, whatever the future holds for him. But gets to pop out and talk about he defeated the GOAT, the never seen 17, John Cena. That will be his claim to fame for a good couple weeks until he gets into something else. Probably WrestlePalooza. Maybe it's somewhere in Survivor Series. I don't know, but that remains to be seen. So again, not your typical 5-match card, which I feel like now they do to just piss people off and they add matches really quick. Obviously, the Wyatt Six and the Street Profits. Your main event, what we were talking about for weeks: Seth Rollins, LA Knight, CM Punk, Jey Uso, all fighting for the Raw World Heavyweight Championship. Now, if WrestlePalooza wasn't a thing, this might be a little easier to predict, or maybe a little harder, I should say. WrestlePalooza, I know they talk about Bad Blood. Obviously, WrestlePalooza is a ECW throwback, which I feel like is a slap at Tony Khan in his face too, because Tony's a big ECW guy. Going against All Out, I think that's kind of a thing, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But let's talk about the match. Couple things here. Fatal 4-Way. It's obviously meant to cushion or buffer the champion, which is Seth Rollins. LA Knight, CM Punk. The rivalry is palpable aside from what this match is tonight. These two are meant to be going at it. They are kind of the two. Obviously, we ended Monday night this past on Raw. Everyone, Jay kind of standing tall, super kicking everyone, spearing everybody. But Punk and Knight are a thing, and it's obviously by design. It's not a coincidence. Those two kind of cancel each other out in the Fatal 4-Way match, and they end up having a match at WrestlePalooza. Is there a stip? Maybe. I don't know. Is it a number one contenders match? Depending on what happens tonight, Clash in Paris. I don't know. Obviously, Seth, I feel like, is going to face someone at WrestlePalooza. All remains to be seen. We'll get to that when we talk about the prediction. Jey Uso. I love Jey Uso. I've said this before. I love you, Jey Uso. I do. Maybe Roman comes out. Maybe The Rock comes out. Maybe Jimmy comes out. Maybe Jacob comes out. I don't know. They're all on SmackDown. We'll see what happens. Sammy can't even come on now. Sammy's U.S. champion over on SmackDown. Nobody's left on Raw. It's almost like Jay is by himself now with nobody to help except for Roman. And if Roman wins against Bronson Reed, he's going to be riding that high, probably coming out to help Jay. Does it matter with the rest of the division? I don't know. Then there's Seth Rollins, the leader, the architect, the visionary, the revolutionary. Plenty of names. Don't sell out. Buy in. My man, the architect of the Shield. Obviously, the man who was with the Authority for so long. Seth has the heist of the century. 2 times. 2-time heist of the century. For his championship run after having Money in the Bank. And it's tough because I'm a huge LA Knight fan. And this is so many times of LA Knight getting opportunity after opportunity after opportunity and just getting put by the wayside with nothing coming of it and just getting sent home. See you later. Thanks for coming and being an active participant here. But unfortunately, tonight is not your night. I'm getting sick and tired of it, no pun intended, with the Knights. Being Fatal 4-Way, seeing what I see with Punk and with Knight. Jey Uso, I don't think, is ready to jump back into the title picture. Again, looking at Survivor Series, looking at War Games, we're just too close to San Diego for Jey to take over that belt. Punk, his time is going to come. And Knight, God, LA, I'm so sorry, man. I love you, man. Yeah, I'm sorry. But it's just not going to be your night either. Seth Rollins retains here, walks out of Clash of Paris, still your world heavyweight champion on Monday nights. Lady, I love you, man, but I wish I was wrong and LA Knight wins this and I was just talking out of my ass and just feeling good and pandering to everybody, but I cannot see Seth losing here. I'm sorry, it's too soon. If he didn't have the vision, I'd understand it. If it was him and Paul, makes sense. Roman coming down, interfering against Jey and kind of hitting the wrong people. Yeah, Roman has beef with Seth, with Logan. I mean, I'm sorry, with Logan, with CM Punk, with LA Knight. I mean, not so much LA Knight, but they had a match in the back in the day, so maybe they could kind of like wheel that in. But coming down to help Jey. But obviously, if he does beat Bronson Reed, Bronson's going to be there, or Braun Breaker's going to be there knocking out Spears. So, that being said, Seth Rollins walks out, man. We see him pop out on Raw on Netflix the next night, talking about how great it is to still be World Heavyweight Champion. I will give you one better. I can tell you who's going to take the L, who's going to eat the pin here. It's going to be Jey Uso. And nothing against Jey. Again, I love me some Jey Uso. But Jey can eat a pin here in a round of 4, right? With Roman coming out there, trying to help him. Doesn't work out. Things happen. Braun Breaker spears him, takes him out. Jay's still going to come out. The music hits. The crowd pops even more in Chicago. And again, it's going to be interesting to see how loud Chicago is exactly for CM Punk. I am here for it. I'm excited. I know obviously AEW is running some residencies there without Punk. It wasn't the same. To hear what it's like when Cookie Monster comes down that ramp, that place, the roof is going to go off the joint. Lady has a little bit of thought process into that. People said the same allure about Ash by Elegance too. She won. I was the only one who picked her. That is very true. That is very true. But I will say this: that is also interbrand. It's also interbrand. Ash winning that makes sense. Moving into Victory Road, moving into Bound for Glory when they start taking their belts back. I 100% give you props. You are one of the only ones that picked her. I did pick JC Jane to retain until Bound for Glory, so props up. I will give you that. But again, that is interbrand. So Ash winning that, going back to that, does make sense as we move into Bound for Glory and Victory Road. But we shall see. Again, I am not the enemy. I am with you. I really want to be LA Knight, but how many more opportunities? Maybe this is the opportunity. Maybe I am pleasantly surprised. I am very happy that I'm wrong. We come on here and talk about it tomorrow with LA Knight walking around, having his belt. Yeah, brand new effing merch, man. That merch is hot merch. Got to buy me some on payday this week. I can't though. I can't do it. I got to go with Seth. I try to see the road with Seth losing and then chasing, obviously, with everybody else. Then Roman gets involved. Everybody else kind of throws their 2 cents into Seth not getting to that belt. I just think it's a little too soon. We're not far away. I don't think Seth holds all the way to Mania. Something happens after WrestlePalooza. I don't know what's going to be going on in obviously Survivor Series, but October or December, if we're going to have Bad Blood, if we're going to have Armageddon kind of thing going on, obviously Raw and SmackDown do day one, New Year's Revolution now on separate shows. So you never know what could happen for the Royal Rumble. A lot could happen. A lot is left to the imagination for us to do this on a weekly basis. Bottom line, love me some LA Knight. Love me some CM Punk, as you can tell. And again, Jey Uso, love him as well. No issues. Jay eats the pin here. Punk and Knight cancel each other out, whatever they're doing. Does Roman get involved? Yes. Does the Vision get involved? Yes. At the end of the day, Seth Rollins, however he does it, snake like or not, gets the 1, 2, 3, retains the World Heavyweight Championship, and moves his ass on a WrestlePalooza for who knows what kind of match or who could possibly be that contender in such a big paper a PLE on ESPN going up against All Out. I can tell you right now, it's going to be big. It's going to be huge and great. Whatever WWE does, I'm sure they have a lot of planning going on, especially now knowing that AEW All Out is going to stream on Max. WWE cannot, they have to pull out of the stops, cannot rest on their laurels, and make sure people are tuning into that DTC, subscribing to the app, and watching everybody on ESPN and paying that $30 if that's what's needed. So it's going to be fun. I'm excited. One sleep away, going to get done doing this, go to sleep, go to work, get back and watch me some Clash in Paris. Obviously, tomorrow night, don't know who's going to join me, but myself and a couple other folks will jump on here. We'll talk about our predictions. We'll talk about these predictions in general and everyone else's and how we see everything that happened, who won, who lost, who walks away, retains or wins new belts, and what that spells moving into the road 3 weeks away to WrestlePalooza. Only way to catch all of that, folks, if you haven't already, please, first of all, if you're in here, you're watching this, get into the comments. Tell me what the one match is you're excited for Clash in Paris, how you see everything going down. There's 70 people still watching. If you have not done so already, subscribe. Give us that subscribe. We're 23 people away from 500 on YouTube. I'd love to get to that before WrestlePalooza. That's a big goal. And if there's anything else you can do, if you don't want to throw a comment, don't want to subscribe, the one thing you can do, hit that thumbs up. If you like what you're hearing, like what you see in the comments, give us a thumbs up. It helps myself and everyone else under the Chairshot Media Group a great shot at getting the more people in the algorithm that are subscribed. Mondays, we're doing the Raw Rundown. Tuesdays, the NXT Rewind. Wednesdays, Weekend Wrestling with BodySlam.net. If you have not subscribed, follow them on YouTube and on X, and also subscribe to the Patreon as well. Thursdays, we do Talking TNA. Fridays, most of the time, we do SmackDown Shakedown when yours truly does not fall asleep from being too tired from a whole week of work. And as you can see, prediction shows, wrap-up shows that you'll see tomorrow. Plenty of wrestler interviews coming down the pike. We have 3 or 4 lined up right now, just waiting on dates to talk about those. Also, Dark Until Daylight is coming soon. A great variety show. It's going to be on Sunday nights, having creators and wrestlers on, just talking about where their beginnings came from, just good old interviews, great monologues, good jokes, the whole nine. A lot of cool stuff, a lot of great surprises on that show. So that being said, I'm done shilling. Guys, it's been amazing. Guys and girls, I apologize. It's been fun. Very excited for what's going to happen at Clash in Paris. Going to get done with this, hit the hay, get to work, and then come back, get a cold beverage, and watch everything that's going down in Paris. And I suggest you do the same. So obviously, I'm John Anthony, guys. This is Chairshot Sports, and we will talk to all of you tomorrow night after Clash in Paris.